Hey everyone, welcome to another Memoir Minute with me, Allie, with the right place, right time. I am an award-winning author and an international ghostwriter and book coach, and I love memoir. This is my sweet spot. And I've been using these memoir minutes each week to educate and inform and enlighten those who are thinking about writing a book about their life, talking about ways to do that well, things to consider, and more recently, tools to have along the way. And today's tool is the beta reader. And this is actually a person or a group of people who are early readers for your manuscript when the manuscript's being developed. Now, I highly recommend a professional editor. That is absolutely a must when it comes to developing your book. So you don't want to shortchange that part of the process. But a early reader or a beta reader is also important because they are like your ideal avatar. You're picking people who look like the person you're hoping is going to buy the book on the other side. So I want to encourage you to think outside of your inner circle of family and friends, unless, of course, number one, you have your ideal reader within that circle, and number two, they can be a critical and objective reader who can also provide constructive criticism. Now, those two things are not one and the same. To be a critical reader does not mean to just be critical of the writing. To be a critical reader means that they are looking at the manuscript through the lens of, does this hold together? Is it organized? Is the argument well made? Or is the story well told? Am I really going on a journey? Do I feel something? Am I feeling like I'm learning something along the way? It's the big picture items. But when they're providing their feedback, we want the feedback to be constructive, meaning we want it to be balanced between here's what's working and not working. We don't want it to just be slanted towards the negative, which would be critical, but we also don't want it to be, oh, this was great and I loved it, because that's not helpful or specific in developing the manuscript where it needs to be. Now, if you've done your job and your manuscript is really well-rounded by the time you're tapping a beta reader, it's possible that the beta reader won't have specific things that they're wanting you to change about the manuscript, and that's good news. If 3 to 5 people all say that it's a really amazing book, then maybe you've done your job. But we still want to know why you've done your job. We want them to tell you how they feel about it. We want them to tell you what they gained from it. How would they recommend it to others? There's still information to be received from those readers, even if they think that you've done your job well and it's now time to move on to a professional editor. If, however, they come back and they do have some constructive feedback, like on page 4, I felt really confused, or chapter 11 was so scattered and chaotic, I didn't understand where we were in the chronology of events. If they're coming back with that type of feedback, then you really need to be tuning into what they're saying. And especially if more than one reader is offering the same input, then chances are there's something that's actually not working with that element of the manuscript. If you have a body of people, though, and one person brings up an issue that nobody else brings up, you need to decide as the author if that piece of feedback is worth taking in and responding to, meaning that you're going to fix it in the manuscript, or if that's something that you disagree with and you're going to make the executive decision to let it go. But ultimately, your beta reader is there to serve you. They're there to serve your manuscript, but choose wisely who you're going to invite into this role, and don't put too many cooks into the kitchen. So my suggestion is 3, no more than 5 early readers of your manuscript. If you're going to go and do another round of that later on, because you change things based on the first round of feedback, and then you're getting ready to send the next round out, I would choose new readers who aren't going to have a biased perspective because they've seen it in an earlier version. Maybe you choose 1 or 2 of the earlier readers to look at the pieces that you've adjusted to see if you've reached what they were suggesting in the first place. But I would say get some new perspectives and see how things shape out. Now, I could go on and on and on about this element of the manuscript development process, but I'm supposed to be keeping these videos nice and short because that's the point of calling them memoir minutes. If you would like to spend more time chatting about the book that you want to write, then I would love to schedule a 20-minute free call with you called a story stroll. We'll walk, we'll talk, and you get my ear, my undivided attention, and my expertise for those 20 minutes to get you on the journey of working on your book. The other thing, of course, I want to make sure you go and pick up is the current free gift that I have, which is the five-step writing guide to starting and finishing a memoir. This will give you the 30,000-foot view of the steps along the path from blank page to publication. And that's freely available to you at therightplacerightTime.com. I will be back again soon with another Memoir Minute, but if you'd like to catch the rest, you can go and scroll aimlessly through my LinkedIn profile or my Facebook business page, or more efficiently, you can head over to The Right Place, Right Time on YouTube, and you can binge watch all the Memoir Minutes in the Memoir Minutes playlist. All right, folks, see you next time.